Hey everyone. Probably about 10-11 months ago, I was at these culverts, unclogging them. Today I'm here just to check up on them, and I can already see there's somewhat of a clog in this one on the end. I'm gonna go over there and remove it before it gets really bad. Last year, it was really bad, and I'll put a link in the video for that if anybody wants to see it. And last time I was here, there was really deep water here. You couldn't even see the waterfalls. This was all underwater because the big river at the end was flooding, and it floods up into here. I just went to go get my rake, and I just talked to the police. They came here to check in on me because they saw me walking down here with a rake. And I explained to them what I do, and I'm about to go over there and unclog that in just a moment. The police ran my license plates and everything. They said everything checks out. They told me to be safe and have fun. So here I go. I know my boots are not tall enough, but water's not that cold, and I have a change of shoes. Don't matter.
I'm making this video because people wanted me to go into more detail of what happened. They didn't like when I posted this last year without much explanation. Okay, the cops did not just stop and talk to me because they saw me walking down there with a rake. Probably 30 minutes before they showed up, they obviously didn't show up on an emergency because they would have been there faster. Somebody saw me walking down to a culvert with a rake. They lied to the cops, saying I cut through their property. I didn't. From the street, I walked directly down to it, which is all city property, or it would be within the boundaries of the riverbank. That person lied just to get the cops out there faster, I think, but it obviously didn't work. They called the cops on me, saying I looked suspicious walking down to this culvert with a rake. It wasn't this culvert. It was another culvert down the street that I was doing a check on. Before I came to this one, probably should have had my fluorescent gear on. Then they probably would have known what I was doing. I had a brown jacket on, the same one you're going to see in this video, that you already saw in this video. So that's why they called the cops. And it took like a half an hour, I guess, for the cops to catch up with me and figure out where I was. And the guy gave the cops probably a description of what vehicle I was in after I left that culvert. And the cops accepted what I said to them. They liked what I said to them. They ran my plates. They have to do that, no matter if you think it, know it or not. If a police officer talks to you, of course they're going to run your plates. If a cop is following behind you in traffic, you better believe they're running your plates. That I've been in cars with people before. Suddenly, the lights turn on and they pull them over for something stupid. It happened to my father once. His license was like a couple months expired. He explained to the cops, hey, I'm not even close to 21 anymore. I'm not going to bars. When do I look at my license? I didn't even notice it was expired. Okay, the cop was nice about that. The cop escorted him to Walmart, and he said to my father, now that we're in Walmart, which is out of my jurisdiction, I'm going to give you a choice. You can call a tow truck to have your vehicle towed back to your house, or you can take your risk driving it back to the house. My father took the risk driving it back to the house, even though he was telling me consistently all the other cops are probably going to be looking for me because they heard all that chatter over the radio, but no, nothing ever happened. He got away with it, and then he went to the DMV online that day to get it renewed. Most towns have this. Some towns actually banned it. Cameras on the sides of the police car, front of it, back of it. So every vehicle the police officer drives by, it takes a picture of their plate, runs it through the database. If there's a problem, it notifies the cop immediately so they can stop that vehicle. Also, this is why there was controversy with that. Cops would be driving up and down the aisles inside Walmart's parking lot, stuff like that, and picking up every single plate. You know, quickly they'd be able to write tickets for expired registrations, expired licenses. Now, here's the thing that's tricky with a license. They when they take a picture of the plate and run it through the system, it will tell you whether or not the person who registered it has an expired license. Now, that may not be the person driving it, so they have to make sure who's driving it. That's why they ask you if this is your vehicle or not. But anyways, the reason I said that, it's their job. It's their job to be suspicious. You cannot trust anybody, no matter how nice they seem. There's always going to be somebody like that trying to play some kind of game. They have to. It's their job. Don't hold it against them. They are always going to run your plate. They ran my plate. Nothing came up wrong. They were nice to me. They told me to be safe, and they told me to have a good time. And then they drove away with no incident. Now I'm going to show you guys a clip of one time the police actually blocked off a street because it was flooded. It's not known if they knew I was in the process of draining it or not, but as soon as they noticed the water level starting to drop, they took off and immediately allowed traffic to re-enter the street with less water. That was the same street where all those scumbags drive on the sidewalk, and if they think it, know it or not, they are causing serious damage. Sidewalk is not meant to hold your vehicle weight. A sidewalk is not wide enough to hold your weight, and also, it's underwater. You don't even know where it is. You could fall into a big hole. That city really needs to put bollards on that, but here's the clip. Hope this video was interesting, everyone. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. All the links to this flooded street, this incident with the culverts, and the shortened version last year that people didn't really like, they're all going to be linked in the description. Now let's get to that clip already.
In areas like this with pine needles, I think that they should definitely have the long, skinny grates. The water is dropping quite a bit. The yellow line is now visible. Now, where's the... Oh, look at that! The other one didn't clog up yet. That's kind of cool. You see there's still tons of water coming down from the sidewalk area. Oh! You heard that big noise from across the street from the other drain? Get that out of there. Ha! I wondered why there's no cars coming by. The police they blocked off the street. I can see their flashing lights down there. Well, it's not going to have to be blocked off for long. I wonder if that way is blocked off. Got no clue, but there's no cars going by for some reason. Nope, here comes a car that drove around. That is huge. Okay, good. The whirlpool is still across the street. The water is definitely not as deep as it was when I started. Now, while this is happening, I would like to show where this is coming out.